critics are upset that the University of Manchester is allowing what they call a PhD in masturbation. What do I mean by that? Well, there is a student working toward a PhD. His name is Carl Anderson, and apparently some people are not pleased with what his research entails. Anderson was researching the shota genre of Japanese comic books, which center around prepubescent and pubescent male characters depicted in a suggestive or erotic manner. I'm just gonna stop real quick and say, I think it's weird, but I'll continue. In the abstract for this project, which has been published by the university, Anderson decided he wanted to understand how individuals experience sexual pleasure when reading shota. Okay, great. So in order to do this, Carl actually spent 3 months masturbating to the comic book and taking detailed notes of his thoughts and feelings. The notes, gotta do the notes.
No, right afterwards, like hold on now.
The notes get a little sticky sometimes, but he manages to get through it. Yeah. He says, quote, "I happened to live alone during this experiment."
Really?
And
couldn't have predicted that.
And I had newly become single after a long relationship. These factors probably contributed to my willingness and eagerness to explore this method. Now, politicians and members of the public were outraged after reading about this PhD research. Conservative MP Neil O'Brien even took particular offense to this and said, "Why should hardworking taxpayers in my constituency have to pay for an academic to write about his experiences masturbating to Japanese porn?" So now the university is reevaluating the research. A University of Manchester spokesperson said the recent publication in qualitative research of the work of a student now registered for a PhD has raised significant concerns and complaints, which we are taking very seriously. We are currently undertaking a detailed investigation into all aspects of their work, the processes around it, and other questions raised. It is very important that we look at the issues in depth. Cenk, thoughts?
Okay, at first I thought they were saying that it was important for him to look at those issues in depth and mission accomplished. But no, there's reevaluating, I get it.
They're reevaluating, yes.
And so, look, is it absurd? Of course it's absurd. But who's to judge? Well, there's literal people to judge, professors that are gonna say, yes, you get a PhD, or yes, it makes sense to do a PhD in this. I think I would have said no, right? Like I wouldn't go in that direction. It doesn't seem that helpful. Oh, afterwards, I took notes. That's not good research. What is that?
Look, we haven't read his research. I don't know if there's value to it. I feel uncomfortable judging one way or the other without having read it. But with that said, I can understand why people would be put off by this. But I also would caution anyone, I do see this as a slippery slope, right? Because you do have a board of experts who determine, they sign off on the research. They sign off on whether or not the PhD candidate can move forward with what they want to research. I would leave it to them. I'm less interested in having rando conservative MPs make decisions about what someone should or shouldn't be able to research.
Well, we actually are curious what you think, so we actually have a poll on this, no pun intended. Is it okay to spend public money on a PhD candidate who masturbates as part of his research? Yes or no?
Go to tyt.com/polls to participate in that poll.
tyt.com/polls. Look, at the end of the day, I'm with Anna. Let him go, let him go. Well, he apparently already let it go, but okay, I wouldn't do it, obviously, not even close. But I'm gonna let the experts decide. Government officials shouldn't be interfering with research, no matter how absurd it sounds to us.
Poor wanker.
Well, he took a shot at it. Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.